feeling like a heat wave.
Oh, right. Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah.
Burn, baby, burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
The Tramps.
Oh, yeah.
Remember from Saturday Night
Disco
Fever?
Inferno.
Yeah. Then that other one that we've talked about before, I talked about from South Pacific. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. Yeah. The one where I had that weird memory of.
Right.
Yeah.
Of being sick, and then your mom's like, the world's heating up. And now if she was only alive right now.
Oh, gosh.
She'd be like,
I told you
predicted
so.
that. Yeah. I told you about the Crocs.
The Crocs.
Basically, what's going on out there? The whole country's burning up. California's on fire. Yeah, Palm Springs is 124. I saw something on the news the other day. It was in Phoenix, Arizona, where it was about 114 degrees.
Oh, man.
And this guy he was wearing Crocs, and I couldn't understand. I thought he was stepping in chewing gum. Actually, his Crocs were melting on the cement, and as he took each step, it just was goo. Because the plastic on the Crocs were melting. Oh, my And so it was just goo, like he was walking in tar.
So as he walked, he was leaving part of his shoes behind?
Mm-hmm. They were just falling apart.
Oh, my gosh.
And they were melting.
At least he wasn't getting burned. Although, the more he walked, I guess he
had to hurry up and get
skin.
Exactly.
Well, this guy, this older guy, I forget what he bumped into or whatever happened, but he fell on a sidewalk and he couldn't get up right away because he was older and he was just having a hard time. They showed his forearm and part of his hand and his palm where he kept trying to get himself up. It was 3rd-degree burns.
Oh, my God.
And he was in, I think, the Southwest as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, probably same area or wherever he was. It was awful. And then I saw something today, which is funny, I guess, or cute, but not really. Somebody was making s'mores inside their car.
What?
Well, everything was melting so easily. Yeah, they just like, oh, here, look, I can be inside my car and I'm making s'mores. And then she went outside and she made s'mores. Outside on her hoof? No, I mean...
Hoof?
Wait. Hood.
Oh, she made it on the hood? Oh, because it was so hot
hoof.
and everything was melting right there.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Welcome to Ladies Who Question. Got a little tidbit here, and really that's all it is, but it's sort of a warning for anybody who uses an iPhone. And the bulk of mobile phones out there are iPhones, so this applies to a lot of people. Another phishing campaign, but they're going after specifically iPhones because that's the cyber criminals' new target. They're sending text messages to iPhones. Looks like they're from Apple. Okay, it looks like, but what they want to do is steal our credentials, our personal credentials. They want to get into the iCloud. So what they do is send it, and it looks like it's coming from Apple. They want you to click on a link and sign into your iCloud account. Like the phishing text will say something like, Apple important, request, iCloud sign in. So they want you to sign in there. No, don't ever do that. Always go to that actual site's genuine account. Oh. And this one applies to your iCloud account, so don't do it. They ask you to do that, and then they even legitimize it or attempt to further with, those CAPTCHAs where you have to, do you see a motorcycle in these boxes? And you have to click.
Yeah.
So they even attempt
gosh.
Yeah, so that makes it look like it's legit, and it's not.
Man.
I know, but they're wily, aren't they?
Okay, so when you're talking about the iCloud, I didn't even know we had a login for iCloud.
Well, obviously you don't use yours.
I don't.
Yeah, well, you.
I always thought it was like super protected up there in the sky.
Well, it has been, and that's why these guys, the bad guys, are coming after iCloud.
Okay, because that's where everything is.
That's where everything is.
Oh, my God.
iCloud, the final frontier. Okay, anyway, now you have something about AI, though, right?
Yeah, it's an AI story I saw on 60 Minutes. It's another AI.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. End of the long day. We're both tired.
Here. Okay, AI. And it's an app that you can get on your phone for a therapist, but it's all generated through AI. So you're not talking to a human. The reason they have all these apps now for...
Wait, you're talking to an AI bot for your therapy?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, this is the height of it.
The inspiration behind it was to give people with mental health issues or problems or questions that don't have the funds, the means to go to a therapist, to be more accessible and it's free.
I mean,
But I know,
you
it
get bad
kind of defeats
information.
the whole purpose.
Yeah, but think about it. You're getting bad information because AI has been shown to have weak spots, to put it mildly. You're talking about somebody's mental health.
I know.
And a bot, an AI bot giving out mental health information and advice.
Yes,
That's dangerous.
It's called a WOE bot, Woebot, like a Woebot, and it's trained on large amounts of specialized data to help it recognize worries, phrases, emojis associated with dysfunctional thoughts. Well, that sounds kind of complicated, but there's therapists that are, creating all the information to feed this Woebot. And
Wait, therapists are actually doing this? The AI is not just scanning the web?
No. Therapists are giving the information to create this app. So you are talking to AI based on the information that therapists have given it to answer questions. Going to a therapist is so personal and it's deep, and now you're just talking to a robot about your issues, problems. And they did talk a little bit about suicide.
That's what I'm saying.
Now,
this is beyond the pale for me.
It's tough. That's why I was so intrigued by watching the story. So when, people feel suicidal, they can call a hotline, and that's
talk
free.
to a human.
Exactly. I'm not really sure how effective this is going to be, but they say that it's a big deal, and they're developing a lot of different apps that will be therapy apps. So I was kind of like, whoa.
I don't like it.
I know.
Since
I
we're
knew you wouldn't.
I don't. There's nothing that can redeem this. Since we're talking about the suicide, we're talking about just suicide at all. I want to suicide hotline. I just feel that we should probably just say that out loud. And this says here 988 is the suicide and crisis line, 24-hour crisis line. I'm looking this up. Call or text. I would say call and make sure someone gets a human.
I totally agree with that.
Please, I implore you, do not do this. Do not call an AI bot, because there are other free lifelines that will assist you. This is very upsetting for me. I don't want to get all heavy here, but
this is where everything's going. I mean, AI is into every single aspect of our lives now.
I know.
And they want to replace so much of humanity. And it's so sterile. And now that technology's taken over so much, with starting at a very young age, these kids at 1 and 2, they have screens, where are we going? We're going to a non-communicative society where no one has conversations anymore, and you text everything. You don't even call anybody anymore. This is just another aspect of what's happening.
And this is a dangerous aspect. This should not even happen. How much more human can it be than having a mental health crisis, other than, of course, having a physical, issue?
The therapist on it, or the psychiatrist or whatever, she's hard selling it.
Really? She must have stock in the company that's behind it.
Oh, yeah, probably.
And if that is something that would be discovered, I don't know. Conflict of interest?
I know, we kind of got onto the whole AI thing a couple months ago, and it's every time you turn around. So we don't want to burn you guys out on AI, but we'll keep you posted.
All right. Do we have anything up to finish on?
The Bachelorette? No.
Oh, wait, we do, because I read a tidbit about Gary Turdner.
Oh, no.
And it was just something. And it was somebody analyzing it, because they were saying how even the old people don't know how to figure out love, even though they're older. And this sort of had a little synopsis. And it talked about April. April said that she texted Theresa and said, I tried to warn you about him.
Oh.
That to me was a bombshell.
Big time. Obviously, April was happy that she didn't get chosen.
Yeah, but she was trying to hang in there like everyone else. But I did not. I think you and I talked about how she didn't seem enamored of him because she'd figured him out.
Right.
And she is an interesting woman. Her first sexual encounter, and guess who it was with? Frankie Valli of the Four Seasons.
Oh, my gosh.
He was 36 and she was 17, I think, or 16.
That's
or maybe even
not
16.
legal.
No. And that was a long time ago.
Right.
I wish I could remember the other details. The part about her saying that she tried to warn Theresa about him, I found mind-blowing.
Wow.
So anyway,
Well-
that's our happy note.
That's our happy note. So Theresa had to figure it out for herself, but it looks like she's having a great time because I've been following her on Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
And she's with her grandchildren, and she's here at beaches and traveling. And not one word about Turdner.
Well,
Good riddance.
toss them out.
Exactly.
Ugh.
And so the new Bachelorette's on, and we're not watching it.
No. The little girl, the young woman, to me, she's very young though too, isn't she?
I'm not sure, but she's so cute and
Oh,
she's spunky and she's got a
she's
fun personality. So
Darling.
I hope she lands it well.
Yeah, I hope so too. And she does seem to have some spunk. Yeah, you're right. That's a good word for her. I saw her interviewed.
And we'll be back with the Golden Bachelorette in the fall.
Yes, we will. Okay, folks, thanks a lot. Follow us on Instagram and rate us, please, and give us a review. We want to hear what you have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Harvey. Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by me, Lisë Dominique, and also executive produced by Holly Caulfield. Holly also does most of our research, and Claire Caulfield is in charge of technical assistance and social media. Music, My Lionheart. Sketch music by Florian Manx and Matthew Anderson. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, follow, rate, and review Ladies Who Question on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Send your thoughts to ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and our website, ladieswhoquestion.com.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the opinions of Lisë Dominique and Holly Caulfield and should not be construed as advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as advice of any personal or medical issue for yourself or others. This disclaimer also applies to guests or contributors to the podcast.